Hey, YouTubers and TikTokers going live now. I'm going to wait till a few people join because I want to talk to you about, I want to do some free readings, but I also want to talk to you about how to become successful at doing life coaching, spiritual work, healing work, all the tricks that I do. I work 12 hours. Well, I work a lot of hours, but I work with clients 12 hours a week. I make 6 figures. And I want to show you how you can do this as well. So you can sort of leave the matrix and do the healing work that you've come here to do. I'll look at your chart. If you are a paying, I got to turn my YouTube thing on. There we go. Subscriber, then you can come on board with me and we'll do some free readings as well. But are any of you wanting to start your business or practice in life coaching, healing work, spirituality, just starting your own business at all? Like, it doesn't have to be any of that stuff. Are there any of you that are struggling with feeling authentic, not knowing where to go, what to do? Like, I'm going to give you 5 platforms that you have to be on in order to start raking in some dough. But I also want to talk to you about, let's see here, chat, about you, and do some sessions and do some readings for you. So just give me your birth date and your birth information. I'm only going to be on TikTok for a few, turn this on, for a few, maybe half an hour or so, but then you can come on to my YouTube channel and we'll continue on my YouTube channel. Okay. So let's get a whole bunch of readings done and let's do this. Just send me your information. Give me your birth date, your birth information, your birth time, your birth year, and your question. And we're going to do that. I'm waiting for people on YouTube as well. For some reason, my mug isn't showing. What's going on here? It's not showing my... Oh, I know why, because it's trying to do another one. There we go. Hey, guys. Okay. So let's do that. Let's see what we can do and look at your success. Just look at your success in your career. Thank you. I got so many glasses, like I really do. And these are one of my favorites. I have to say that for sure. Okay, Cassandra, give me your birth information. Thanks, Suneria. Elba, I did a session. You did a mini reading with me after yesterday's live. I'm going to be live. I'm working on being live at 8 o'clock every night. And if you know your time of birth, Cassandra, that's my daughter's name, but with a C, then that can be helpful. Thank you. 1214. Edmonton, good to know. April 27th, 92. What's your question, Cassandra? Are you a subscriber? I don't know if it shows. Alba, beside your name, it has this 12 with a blue thing. Does that mean anything for me? Like you're a subscriber, or same with Ash. She's got a 14. What will Uranus and Gemini? I do NASA's uh I do sidereal astrology. So Uranus isn't in Gemini, it's in Taurus. And then your son's birth date isn't accurate as well. You can go to what's called stellarium/web.org. That's for astronomers, and you'll see where all the constellations are. You've been lied to with Western astrology, and we're about 11 days off. 11 days off. So you go back 11 days, and that's where we are. As for the larger planets, it's a lot different than that. I should turn down the light here, because turn down the light, my darling, because that's a little bit too bright. Good. Okay, so let's start with Cassandra, and then we're gonna go to Ash. Is that your son? Okay, I'll look at your son in a second. So it doesn't really matter what constellations it's in, because there's all kinds of other things going on, right? Now, Cassandra, hopefully you are doing something in the healing business where you're working with people that might have trauma. You're working with their authenticity, and could be working with their finances. You're definitely using a lot of what comes from Gaia, Mother Earth, to do this. You want it to be, or it should be, a brick and mortar business, but it's not. It hasn't panned out to be that for you. And that's where you're struggling. Like, do I need to be brick and mortar? Do people need to come and see me? Can I do this online? Oh, it's gifting levels. Okay, thank you. No, it's something that TikTok does. Oh, okay, thank you. I'm wondering how my business. I'm a paramedic tattoo or paramedical tattoo artist. I heal people's. Oh, wow, that's great. And stretch marks. That's great. Okay. Um, you're going to be working with cancer patients, and specifically breast cancer patients. I see that coming your way. You're also going to be redesigning tattoos that no longer serve them, causes them pain, emotional pain. And the success, until you go radical about it, which I think it's going to take you about a year, and you need to show yourself more. You need to put a lot of this on TikTok, on YouTube. There needs to be before and afters, clients' testimonials, telling heart-wrenching stories from beginning to end of what you're doing. Okay, that's what you need to do. And when you do this time next year, yeah, so this time next year, you'll be not only quite popular, but you'll be raking in the dough. 2026, 2027. That's when a lot of finances and money are going to come your way. What do you mean you've been hiding myself behind the screen? So you're showing yourself in front of the camera? That you're kind of hiding, so you're not like out in the public? What does that mean? Yeah, you can't do that. And I know that's the part you're going to be struggling with throughout this year, and your ego is getting in the way. Yeah, your ego is getting in the way. So you don't have to necessarily show yourself, but you want to do it like a docu-series, where you've got like you're really creative. So take the time to learn some editing and even pay a little bit for some AI editing. And you film your clients and their story, and you don't have to show them. Maybe you're going to show their tattoo. Maybe, see, this is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing, let's say, because there's a lot of cutting out there, right? And there's a lot of cutters out there. And this is where I see some of the scars that you're going to be healing as well. And they have a story to tell around that cutting. And that's part of the healing. While they're doing the tattoo, they're telling you their story. It's a big part of the healing process. And you can get little bits of the story. And so I'm seeing an editing process that's only 5-10 minutes long. And it's something, let's say I did a lot of cutting on myself. Let's say I did. I didn't. Let's say I did. And it's because I was raped, let's say, right? So you have a glimpse of, this is Holly's story. Probably the most painful story you'll ever hear. So painful, she did this, picture of her arm. So painful, she needed to, let the then you hear a little voice of me talking about it, and a little voice, maybe the side of my head or the back of my head, maybe me sort of gripping my hands while I'm talking about it. And you don't have to show anybody's faces, but there's just enough. And then it's about, this is what it looked like before, and this is the middle process, this is the third process, this is the final process. Maybe a tear coming down my face when I see the results, right? There's some editing, and a lot of editing to this. It's just gripping emotionally, heartfelt. You got a really big heart center, and you're that rescuer, right? So this is where the more radical you can be, the more that you can start doing this. And then this time next year, specifically in 2027 as well, yeah, you're doing really, really well. Good for you. Good job choice. Good career choice. You're a healer, and you're good at it. And you really work with childhood trauma, even the childbearing story. Okay, how does that resonate with you, Cassandra? And is tap, 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 like, tap, tap, tap. I'm going to see if I've got anything on my YouTube channel yet. And I want to see if the sun, the mother of the sun, is still around, which is April 18th, 2020. We have his time of birth. Yeah. Are you still here? When you guys do these readings with me online, we really have to be patient and stick around, right? And if you're a subscriber, you can jump on, don't have to show your face, and we can talk one-on-one around this. 12:38 a.m. See if you're still here. Hello. Hi, Amber. Give me some birth date information. Susan, you're next. Yes, you can send a donation. Thanks, Cassandra. It's on my link tree on my profile. I think it's through PayPal. But if you want to just send it directly through PayPal, it's holly@askhollyhall.com. If you're Canadian and you want to e-transfer me, it's holly@askhollyhall.com. And that's my website too, if you want to get some readings done. Ash, you're here. Okay, great. Amber, you're... Susan, you're next, and then Amber. And then you guys, I'm only going to be on for probably about 10-15 more minutes, but you can find me, hop on my YouTube channel, and that's at, the @ sign, Ask Holly Hall. And then you can jump on my live YouTube. I'll keep talking there, and that's what I'm going to start talking about. How how to become successful as a healer and all the things that you need to do, way more than what I've even expressed to Cassandra. Cassandra, I'm going to go on there and there's going to be a lot more practical advice for you to use for success. Okay. Because that's a wonderful service, a healing service that you're doing. So Taurus, it's affecting your son emotionally. And he's becoming quite demanding. Like he has a huge leadership persona, and his leadership, he's not quite sure how to navigate it. He's like all thumbs. He can be kind of forceful and boisterous and listen to me. I got something to say. Right. And he's young, right? Like he's only 4 years old. And so and he talks. Like he's already like he's very young, honestly. And before that, he babbled and screamed and yelled, and he can be demanding that way, right? Can be aggressive, yeah. So trying to navigate that in a healthy way, absolutely. So he has what they would classify as ADHD, and ADD, the two neurodivergents that are quite popular. And I'm not a big believer in that. He's a multitasking, multi-thinking, multi-curious, multi-focused person. Okay. And that's what you are, Ash, as well. And this is exactly it. It's very, very smart. The multi-curiosity is I want to learn, I want to learn, I want to learn, I want to learn, and I want to talk about what I'm learning. I want to discuss with what I'm learning. And he doesn't want answers. So don't give him answers. Don't give him quick fixes. Don't try to find solutions for him. Just keep asking him more questions. What do you think? What do you want to know? What more would you like to know? What answers do you think you have for yourself? How does that make you feel? He's not a feeler, though. He's a thinker, right? He's going to be very good at math, too. But he needs to have a diverse, uh, he needs have a lot of diversity. So have a lot of toys, specifically learning, like uh, learning type of toys where they make him think. He can take things apart and put them back together again. He loves cars. He'll love even warrior fighting type of things, right? So, yeah, let him build Legos, anything that is, he has to use his hands. He is going through a confusing stage right now, though, but it is getting better. He's been like that for about a year, and but as for so Uranus is affecting his moon, so he's challenging you. He's challenging you. You're not the boss of him. Don't tell him what to do. He's the leader. Hands on his hips. Listen to me talk. Okay. No, it's his personality. It's his personality. It's heightened until the more you try to talk to him and try to rationalize with him, that's not going to work right now. And that's kind of sticking around until the new year, the beginning of the new year. And the Uranus one is hitting him until mid-April of 2026. And I know you're thinking, what the hell am I going to do? He just, yeah. Oh, yeah. He's going to tell you to be quiet, but he can't stop talking. Like, nah, 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 nah. I would actually get him a recorder or a computer, or like, what do you call it? Like one of those Fire Stick, Amazon type of things, and put a type of studio on there. Get him a microphone. Get him more Legos. He needs a lot of different stimulations, like stimulants, to keep him going. He needs to stay away from sugar. And let me see if I got anyone on TikTok. Because his adrenals are really like high strung out. His adrenals are like on fire. Get him one of those punching things, like a punching bag or a that where you make music. Like it's like a music thing and it lights up and you're like, you have to try to hit all the ones that are lit up. Anything that keeps him active. And as soon as you can get him into any sports, specifically like a taekwondo, or he's very competitive, but you want to turn it inward where he's self-competitive. So taekwondo can be very helpful. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Or there's this one with sticks and they use it as kind of swords, but they're sticks. He would really like swords. Like that sword one. I forget what it begins with a T, I think. It's but it's not real swords. So it's martial arts swords, but you use sticks. So there's kendo, laitsu, kendo. I guess that's one of them. But you don't want the real swords. There's ones with just sticks. Anyways, you can look that up. Okay. So now we're going to take a look at askhollyhall.com. That's where you can get a mini reading for like $30. Okay. Thanks, Ash. If you guys want to give me a tip, just go to my link tree or askhollyhall.com, Holly at askhollyhall.com, on PayPal. Amber, June. Amber, what's your question? And if you're a subscriber here, you can come on live and we'll do a full-fledged reading. And 8:38. Oh, you're gonna have a good money year starting. It's starting next month. Very sudden, unexpected, unpredictable financial situation. It's in your job. So if you're looking for a job, if you're looking to be self-employed, very successful throughout the entire year. And if you're looking to get like a promotion or a raise, this is a time to ask for it. But it's just going to be suddenly and unexpectedly, like granted to you. One of the day it's July. As we speak, it'll be within the next 3 to 4 weeks. And there's another time frame in October and November, and another one for next year as well. AskHollyHall.com if you want to get a mini reading. Elba, I look forward to hearing from you. I'm not sure what your question was, but there you go. Will your relationship grow? So would his actually birthday be March? No, it's not. His actual birthday is April 8th, but it's the constellations that have shifted. So April 8th is now, I don't have his chart open anymore. The constellations are just 11 days back in the calendar. So whatever his sun sign was 11 days ago, approximately, there's an argument that it could be 20 days. It's complicated, but no, he was born on that day. Yeah, I can. Definitely. I'm trying to get some light on the subject here. There we go. Will my relationship grow or just deteriorate? Amber. Okay, so Amber, is this your chart that I'm doing right now? June 24th? Who's June 24th? I'm sorry, I'm losing my shite. Yes, okay. Will your relationship deteriorate? You've got to, it's not this year. Next year, if you guys don't work on the communication part, good listening, intimate communication, you're going to be really confused next year of what to do, next summer of what to do in that relationship. Susan, you're next. And, but really right now it's about money and finances, and you got to go off and make your own money. You got to focus on your career, your job, your business. You got to focus on yourself. You can be needy. You can be needy, and you will be going through a soul rebirth. And if a relationship is not serving its purpose, you need care, you need tenderness, you need loving, but it's most likely that'll be next year as well. I'd have to do a relationship chart where I look at both of you. I look at both your dates. You can book that on askhollyhall.com. You can just get like a 15-minute, $30 reading, put both your dates in there, and then I'll just talk about you guys for 15 minutes straight. Kombucha. I usually make my own kombucha, but I don't feel like it. I drank it all and I don't feel like making much more right now. But I will. Well, you got a lot of childhood healing to do, lack of nurturing as a child as well. From your mother in your chart has a standalone, which means your mother was kind of omnipresent, but not there at the same time. And it seemed like a friendship. It's almost like she treated you like a friend and talked to you about everything when you were younger. And then as you got older and you catered to her and her emotional, it's like you were her therapist or something. I don't know. And you got 4 past life people that you're going to have to connect with. And one of them is a relationship. One of them is a sibling. Yeah. When's the next period to manifest, and any tips on how to do it right? I always felt I had to defend her. I wonder what you mean by defend. That would be interesting to do a deep dive into that if you ever wanted to have a reading with me. June for Susan, 66. And she wants to know what? I don't know what you want to know. Do you want to know something? 11:36 p.m. Yeah. Well, you don't have to know anything. I mean, I can just see what I see. And Dot, you have to give me your birth date. And hi, Kathy Canada. I'm Holly Canada. Will it get better? You mean the world? You mean Canada? Is that what you're talking about? I'm in Canada. I'm in Canada. Canada. Susan, you're going through a soul rebirth right now. Very difficult because soul rebirths, but necessary. So necessary. You're starting to realize that all those people that you've always cared about, I need to do this for them because their feelings are sensitive. I need to do that for them because I don't want to hurt their feelings. I need to nurture this and speak to them because I don't want their feelings hurt. I need to listen to them and because their feelings will be hurt. And you've always navigated your thoughts and you ruminate about it due to what you think other people are feeling. Right? And the sauce, I'm not doing a reading for you right now. Or are you saying so true to... Oh, no, you're Susan. Yeah. Okay. The sauce. Thank you. I am doing a reading for you right now. Okay. And you're letting that go. And you're probably saying something like you're probably sticking your foot in your mouth a few times. And you're saying things that are it's like information overload. It was information they didn't ask for. But you think they're, because you're a teacher, like your archetype is a teacher and the caregiver. And how you care for people is by giving them palatable information that they can digest and they can use, they can apply to the real world. And it's like, I heard this, I read this, I know this, I've learned this, right? And then you pass that on. Well, it's not really working for you right now. Well, you're a storyteller. So there's a tendency to do this backstory behind everything when you talk. And you do want to kind of you want to edit the backstory. Like just make it into like very small nuggets, very small morsels of information. But you also want to ask really good questions. Hi, Maddie. You want to ask really good questions like, I understand how you feel because you are really there for them feeling emotionally wise. And I've got a few solutions if you ever want to talk about it, or I've got a few ideas if you ever want to talk about it. But I'm just here to listen. And if they are someone who wants more than emotional support and they do want to have a conversation about other solutions, then they'll say like, "Oh no, tell me, what do you know?" And instead of saying, "Oh my gosh, yesterday I was supposed to be going to the store, but I didn't end up going to the store because I thought they were open, but they were closed. So then I felt like I'm just going to go lay down. Then I went to go lay down. And then I thought, oh, I'm just going to watch my favorite podcast. But this other one popped up. And next thing you know, I was watching this. Don't say all that stuff. Just jump to the chase. Just go, I was watching a podcast and I read that, vitamin B complex, this is a true story, by the way, stops ruminating thinking. And that if you have a high vitamin B content between 300 and 500 in your blood, specifically B12, then it can help with your ruminating thoughts. See what I mean? Yeah. Okay. AskHollyHall.com. Jackie. You're next. And low magnesium can cause ruminating thoughts. My daughter is just bullied by her thoughts and her ruminating thoughts. And I'm always trying to help her. She's a young adult, navigate her through my own experience of what you need biologically for this machine, this meat machine that you're in, to help with our mental health. And she listens to it and then she forgets and then, but this is how I've learned all this stuff because I've had to deal with hers and my own while I was dealing with hers. And because it just brought to surface all my own shit, right? Now, when you say, Jackie, I said, is it going to get better? I like Focus Plus or Dopa Plus. You can get that. That really helps me. I naturally have high levels of vitamin B. I don't know why. Like even when I was vegan, I did. Like over the top. I started taking vitamin B because I thought, oh, maybe I need it now. And I had to stop taking it because it was over 1100. And you're only, like doctors will say over 100, under 135. Anything over 135 they're happy with. But a naturopath would rather you be in the 300 to 500 range. Right? Yeah, can you do a general reading? If you want to do a tip or a donation, just go to my link tree here. And so now can you do a general reading for me, Jackie? So Jackie, you are 81. And so in sidereal astrology, you are a Scorpio, but you're on the cusp. Okay, this is NASA's astrology. And you're extremely intelligent and you don't give yourself credit because you're a people pleaser and you're very creative and you're very sensitive. So you're quite a mixed bag. You're very sensitive. You pick up on the emotions and the feelings of others. There's a lot of drama that has always been in your life, specifically with those that have undiagnosed psychological issues. And in and this is and one's related to a sibling, could be a brother, but one's related to a sibling that you had to grow up with and has continued to sort of like suck out the energy of your parents, specifically your mom. This, you guys, you got to go on to my YouTube because my phone's tapping out and I wasn't able to get it charged in time. Okay, so this is something that you're working on right now. You two are also going through a soul rebirth. 81. Okay, so 81, you're going through a soul rebirth. But last year was really difficult. And then the year before that was super difficult. 2023 was probably one of the most difficult times in your life. Things are going to begin to improve. I see a job for you in August and September, or some type of promotion or a job raise in October and also August and October, somewhere like around that time frame. And so I'm only on for an hour. I would love to do March 22nd. It's going to be on at Ask Holly Hall, or you can go to my link tree on this profile and you will see and jump onto my live YouTube. That would be really great. And then that's where I can finish. You know, I love I'm learning like the power of manifesting. And I want to talk about that over there as well, 3:15 p.m. And the other day I'm going to do it right now too. The other day I was doing a TikTok and my battery's at 1. And normally you can't even film a TikTok when it's on 1. And I really wanted to get it done before it died and before I left the car. So I was doing all this editing and everything, and it's at 1. I'm going, oh my God, I'm not going to make it. And I was like, come on, phone, work with me. Literally, it went to 0. I could see it, and it was still on. And it died like for about at least a minute or so, like a couple of minutes while I'm doing all this editing, which is literally never happens, but I'm talking to my phone. Come on, phone, you can do this. You got this. And then I pressed, post, went up, phone died. I couldn't believe it. So I'm going to manifest this one lasting longer as well too, for March 22nd, 3:15, 89, and that's your daughter. I love doing readings for children. Your daughter is very, very sensitive, extremely sensitive. She was born on a full moon, and almost exact full moon. And we just had a full moon, so I'm sure she was a little wired for sound. She's going through quite a confusing time right now, specifically in love and relationships. And who does she love? What does she love? Going through understanding herself on a deeper psychological level. You can't solve problems for her. She'll take them as insults. She'll think that you believe that she's not smart enough to figure this out herself. You made it to the live and now I'm going to die. My phone's dying. You were right on with my mom and sister. Thanks, Jackie. So if you guys can go over to my YouTube channel at Ask Holly Hall, I'm trying to get more of you onto my YouTube. So I'm only doing TikTok for an hour, which I should be on for another 15 minutes, but my phone's dying and I didn't charge it well. Okay, Maya, thank you for going to my YouTube right now. And I'm going to look to see if you're there at Ask Holly Hall. Just make a comment if you're there so I can see you in the comment box. And I'm going to say hi on there. Maritza, Yuri. There's one person there. Hi again. And I'm literally at 1% here. So Maritza, is that Maya as well? Okay. So your daughter, this is not your daughter's chart right here because I'm showing the wrong screen. But there's a depression. I mean, she goes in and out of depression as it is because she's really hard on herself, but she's a massive problem solver. Go to my YouTube channel. I'm about to sign off here at Ask Holly Hall. At Ask Holly Hall. Go to my YouTube channel. I'm going to talk about how to manifest success in career. Okay, in career, and how you can work with it because it's a whole emotional thing. I'm going to be working on doing some of that with my relationship with my adult daughter. Okay. Okay, kitties, thanks. At Ask Holly Hall is my YouTube. Go on there, subscribe so you know when I go live because I'm live there now. The same time I'm on here. But I'll be back here tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Every day at 8 o'clock is my plan. I'll let everybody know a half an hour before, so sign up for notifications. And if I can't come on live, then I'll let you guys know as well. Okay. So Maya or someone is a couple of you are in the YouTube. Hi, Sibeli. I'm so glad you're here. Okay. So let's work on that. My TikTok's going to die soon. July 3. What theme should I integrate in my life to align with my soul purpose? What a great question. So that is July 3rd, 2001. What a great question for such a young soul, young human. And so I'm typing out your chart here, as you can see, July 3rd, 20. And we are 8:20 a.m. I'm going to put that here. Tehran. T. Good. And sorry, I have to go back and forth, 8:20 a.m. I think I did that already. No. Good. So we're going to do a soul purpose reading right now. I do those. That's one of my most expensive readings, actually, because they're like an hour booklet, an hour recording that I do. I just talk for an hour all about you. I do a whole 10 to 15 page booklet all about you, personalized towards you. It's not copied and paste or cut, or like it's not a blueprint that I give like every Aries or every Gemini. It's like every single planet in your chart is activated in this booklet. But I'll do like a mini one right here. And okay, Rodna, we'll get to you. And 8:20. Okay, integrate. Let me make sure I got that all right. I think you said 20, but if I'm off just a few minutes, that's not going to matter as much. Okay, I'm at 1%, like on my TikTok. I can't believe it's still on. Like, did I manifest it or what? Can you do one for my son, Jackson? I should have a pen. You're going to have to go onto my YouTube, Jackie. I'd love to do that because my phone's going to die here. And I'm over on YouTube now at Ask Holly Hall. You can go to my profile and find it. So your soul purpose here, girl, and it's interesting because you're going to be going through what's called a soul ascension. And that soul ascension, wait, is it soul ascension or soul rebirth? Soul rebirth. That's going to start for you next year. And that's great for you to know this ahead of time. What is my soul rebirth? Because that is going to be, your soul ascension is starting in February of 2026. So like 6 months from now, you're going to be going through this. I got really dark because my lights are out. Lights are out and nobody's home. I can't believe this 1% has hung in there so long. It's getting dark out. I'm in Toronto, just outside of Toronto, Canada. and I'm in my trailer house. We're nomads. We've been nomads for 4 years. Yay, the light's on. I turned the TV on to get some light. And usually I'm in my office, but I just felt like I needed a break, so I've come out to my trailer. Plus, my husband's had a migraine for 4 days, 5 days. He's on day 5. If he doesn't go to the doctor's tomorrow, I'm going to punch him. But, lead a horse to water. Can't make him drink. We're a little bit adverse medical system, so I get why he doesn't want to go. So your soul rebirth will be, starting then. And so there it goes. Phone's gone. So it's really important for you to understand these few things. So one of them is a conflict between your mom and dad. You actually had 2 passive parents, but you had one, specifically your mom, who was a big people pleaser. And this was to teach you about your people pleasing ability. Now, I say ability because when you got a king planet, I want you to understand this king planet. It's very important. And so the people pleasing part is good in a sense. You're easy to get along with, everybody likes you. You kind of keep behind the scenes. You don't speak your mind too soon unless you think it is appropriate, and you're very good that way. But you also lose a sense of who you are when you do whatever you think other people want you to do. Emotionally, you try to be non-confrontational so that you don't upset the apple cart, so that you don't hurt other people. And that started with your mom. And that started with your mom because you saw a conflict that was really difficult for you to understand what was going on when you were a child between your parents. And that a lot of that had to do with communication, the way they talked to each other, the way they didn't talk to each other, the silent treatment, almost a fear like, I better smarten up because I don't want my mom to treat me like that or my dad to treat me like that, as you were witnessing it. So I'm going to get your feedback, Maya, on that, or Matsia Yari, on that one. And then Rhonda, I think I already left around your daughter, right? I know. You're in Edmonton. Yeah, you've got a few hours to go. Okay, wow, so accurate. This has been keeping me away from pursuing what I'm passionate about, both career and life in general. So you're very good with money and finances. You're extremely connected to nature. You got the mind of a psychotherapist, and you do really well with talk therapy. As you going to therapy, that's why a lot of people quit their therapist and hire me, because of my life coaching skills and all this background information I already have at will without you having 10 sessions with me to talk to me. You can have 1 session with me and you'll never have to have another session with me again, although most people do. But I record the session, and it's extremely meaningful to listen to it over and over again. So you got the archetype of the teacher as well. You got the archetype of the psychotherapist, and you will really do well financially in this lifetime. You will. There's no doubt about it in my mind. But you have to go for what you absolutely love, and it has to be autonomous, which means you work for yourself, or you're in a management position, or you're in an autonomous position where you're the boss of you and nobody tells you what to do, where to go, how to do it. This is a karmic lesson that you're learning in this lifetime. Really take a look at your physical health. Make sure you're digesting and eating things that are as healthy as possible. And I'm not talking about, so first of all, you got to stay away from dairy. Dairy is really healthy for a lot of people, but it's not for you. It'll emotionally dysregulate you. So you'll have challenges trying to understand why your moods are so up and down, because you're picking up on the emotions and the feelings of others, and then your people-pleasing radar takes over. Then your mind starts ruminating a billion miles a minute, because you'll go like, did I do the right thing? Was that the right thing? Did they like it? Do they not like me anymore? Goes crazy, right? So you're going to be getting rid of that in the next, like starting next year, the date I gave you, think I said February. You're going to go through a year and a half and a bit where you're going to get rid of that. So I see you very successful financially, most likely in 2027, the end of 2027, when this is all over with. But in the meantime, you're also going to be going through a magic wand phase. And this is when you can start to begin to manifest your business. And manifesting your business in the magic wand phase, or the manifesting stage, that starts for you in June of 2026. Okay? I hope that helps. AskHollyHall.com. You work on it. You got to work with understanding your relationship with your parents' relationship. You can't fix their relationship. You can't change their relationship. You can't change the way they interacted with each other. But you can change how you interact with that relationship. No more people pleasing. The biggest thing is never say yes. And I know that's going to, yeah. And you got to look out for dairy. Dairy's in all kinds of things, right? But take a look at your never saying yes. So what you do is it's called the power of the pause. You pause before you answer. If you're going out for lunch and somebody says, "Hey, can you pick me up a Starbucks?" Just go, like, give yourself a second. Go, what was that? You want a Starbucks? And they'll be like, "Yeah, can you get me a double latte?" Whatever. And that gives you a split second to go, like, you know what? I've got to go to the pharmacy. And you can overshare, like I said, with the other person. So be careful, Maya, about that. But say I can go into the pharmacy. I don't know how long that's going to take. And then, and then I got to go pick up a few groceries. But hey, if I've got time, I'll text you and I'll let you know. Do that. And then you know what? 70% of the time, people are going to go, "Hey, don't worry about it. Jacob said he's going and I know he can get some. So he'll get it for me. No big deal." You're going to walk away scarred. You're going to be like, "Oh, maybe I should have said yes. And now Jacob's going to be like the good guy and I'm the bad guy now." You're going to do that. But eventually you're going to learn. If your boss comes up to you and says, "Can you take over Maria's job next week? Because she's going to be gone on Wednesday," say, "I would love to, but can you let me know? Can I let you know by the end of the day? Or I'll let you know tomorrow if I can." Right? And then every time you pause, you give other people the opportunity. Because if you're the yes person all the time, you're the first person everybody gravitates towards because they expect you to say yes because what makes their life a lot easier, right? Okay. Yeah. Take a look at your vitamin B level and your D and your C. In fact, I'm going to type here. I just literally sent this to my daughter and I'm going to type it in here, what I sent to her, and that'll be your advice. And also take a look at Focus Plus or Dopa Plus. You can get that on Amazon. Okay. And it's by, who's it by? I can't remember. I've got it myself. I got it myself. Okay, so now we're looking at Rhonda. No. So we're looking at Isabella, November 26, 78. Isabella, remember I'm doing sidereal astrology, guys. So I'm just going to put some kind of random town here that's sort of centralized. So don't worry about that. And we're going to do Edmonton. Okay, that's pretty good. Isabella, November 26, 78. What's your question? That's incredible that you're born like 1 minute before midnight. What the hell? You're born on a full moon. A full moon at midnight. Woo, girl. You're very sensitive to your intelligence being challenged. You always want to prove that I'm smarter, I know more, I'm better than that. You're constantly educating yourself. You're the eternal student. You hated school when you were younger because you felt like you were handcuffed to a calculated uh, in educational environment that didn't allow you to spread your wings. You got the mind of the psychotherapist, so you dig deep when you're doing your research. You are a philosopher. You've been a philosopher in many lifetimes, so you're constantly questioning everything, like constantly questioning everything. And so you should. I If I wanted to know the facts, I want to know the truth. I wanted somebody to tell me the truth. I would go to you. Because, I mean, that's probably the biggest mistake if people don't really want to hear the truth is to ask you because you're going to give it to them not only on the surface of what's true, but on a deeper level. So, and what I mean by that is if I were to say to if I were to come up to you and let's say I'm just like, I'm a bull in a china shop when it comes to communication. I'm sticking my foot in my mouth all the time. I'm not thinking before I speak. Kind of, I've got casualties left, right, and center because of that. Then you come to me, I come to you and I say, like, how come people don't like me? And you'll be like, well, you're not only going to say the surface thing, which is like, because you say things that piss people off, you're also going to go deeper and say, it's probably because, I met your mom and the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree and she's a pretty mean person. And you're probably got a lot of damage from that. Go to counseling. Go to therapy. Go see Holly Hall at askhollyhall.com. Right? Um, let's see what she has to say. Yeah, askhollyhall.com. Get that one in there. Well, you're so welcome. Will things settle financially? Uh yeah, as soon as Jupiter goes into 2022, sorry, 22, not the year of 2022, 22. And are you trying to sell a house? Or you should be selling a house. So you're going to see some reprieve around that at the end of August and September. If you are trying to sell something in end of August and September, and let me see if it goes into, and also in April and May, specifically April of 2026, there's a big financial relief at that time. Yeah. Now, if you don't, let me see what you're saying about the house thing. Oh, you want to buy? Okay. Wait till September. There'll be a market crash in September and another one in the spring. And so, yeah. Elmira, you're not too far from me. I think the algorithms, right? They're picking up on where I live. Like, I got to get my VPN. But I'm glad to work with Canadians. So, buying a house, that would be September, October, those 2 dates that I gave you. Yeah. Well, no, money's not blocked. Canada's blocked. I don't know are you in Canada? But the world is blocked money-wise. There's a big shadow on the western side of the world around money and finances. And they really don't. The energy, we're not I sold my house in 2020, Isabella. I sold my house in 2021 and we planned on buying in a year because we sold at the peak and we haven't bought yet. 4 years later, we're still nomads living in this trailer. And we're waiting. I was really impatient. I was going to get a loan, get another mortgage again this summer. I'm like, I'm so freaking tired of this. I need my house. But I'm not now. I've completely shifted gears and I'm like, I'm not doing it until the money comes down. right? Are you in Canada? Because I can give you guys a prediction of what's going to happen in Canada. Yeah, you're in Burlington. So just wait. Okay. I actually see you buying on the outskirts of Burlington, which is closer to, I don't know, Hamilton or closer to St. Catharines. I don't know if does Burlington go along the border of St. Catharines? You're on the outskirts, like that way, and it's cheaper. And I see that you're in the hilly area as well. So I believe that Perry, Palevi, oh my God, Pierre Polivier is, he's 46. He looks so young. He is, they're doing a, what is it, a by-election? I purposely don't watch a lot of news because I just got to download right now. I believe there's a by-election, yes, in the federal riding Battle River, August 18th, 2025. And he's going to win. And he's going to be working with Danielle Smith after that. I'm going to put this on my TikTok after, guys. And the oil, they're just, Alberta and Saskatchewan is just going to end. They are going to be utilizing BC. Will take over. And then after that, that'll be the place to live. And that's going to crash Ontario. And that's when you'll be able to buy a house. It's a by-election in the Alberta riding. Hi, Chris. Okay, maybe Chris, you can help me out with this. I wish I could bring you on. So hopefully that helps. So I'm just going to put, so hopefully that helps you, Isabella. Jackie, I'll take a look at yours in a second. So Chris, because I know Chris follows a lot of politics. He's a regular client of mine. Why is Carney's position threatened then? If it's just a by-election, I don't understand politics, like the logistics of it. So why is a by-election in Alberta riding challenging Carney's position? Does that mean that if they win the riding, I thought they already did win the riding. I thought Alberta was already conservative. You're welcome, Isabella. Ask HollyHall.com. Go get a mini reading. I've got a couple to do when I sign off here, actually. Or is it if that gets them more seats? Because I know they're on it's almost 50-50, right? It's just like, just went over the edge, and that's how Carney got in. So would that kick Carney out of the edge? So would it make let's say it's 50, let's say it's 49-51, and if would it put it into 51, and that would make our government conservative? It's not even conservative, is it? It's not conservative. It's LPC. Yeah, that's conservative. Help me out, Chris. Talk to me. Text to me. Anyways, I see that winning, and I'm almost. I get a really strong energy with Carney that I'm going to show you guys. I don't know if I've got his chart here. I know I got the Canadian chart. What have I got Mark Carney here? LM. No. But I do have Canada. Because it's almost like he's giving me the energy like he's not really 100% in the game. Like it's like when you know that you're going to quit your job and you just don't put all your effort into it anymore because you're not, your headspace isn't even there. You're already moved on in your head. That's the energy that I'm getting from him. And we don't know the time of birth, obviously, of Canada. I'm not seeing that. So I'm going to have to look up Mark Carney's. I'm going to look up Mark Carney's right now and see when he is born. I'm going to do this on TikTok too. I'll do it later. Sorry. So, because I'll do Pierre, because I predicted that Mark Carney would win. So he's March 16th, 65. March 16, 19. It's almost like he knew he was only going to be temporary. Like he just had to get some things rolling, pass a bunch of bills or something. I don't know. He's just not in the game. His energy. Okay, so let's, come on. So let's take a look at him. All right. Oh, God. Look at all those oppositions. See that red? Red, 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 red. So many oppositions. Oh, my gosh. And he's always got to be working with in a dimension of 4 people, 4 dimensions, 4 locations in order to feel successful, to be successful. So he can never kind of do something on his own. Anyways, 1 Pisces. That's not it. Depends where his moon is. So if he was born, nope, that won't matter either. So let's see if Saturn's going to be hitting him. So that's 6. Yeah. So when Saturn gets 18 degrees, that's when I would say he'll be out of the picture. Oh my gosh, hang in there, guys. Actually, no, even when it hits this degree here. So December, and then how early does it go? See, he already knew in frickin' couple months ago. So October, November, that's when he's out. If it works out. Rhonda! So what do you mean by holy? Hope so, lol. Because Pierre will be allowed back in the House of Commons because now he will have a seat. He can't be allowed in the House of Commons, but can stay on as leader. Isn't that stupid? It makes no sense to me. For now, Andrew Scheer has been as acting leader in the CPC, leader in the House as a step in for Pierre until he wins the seat and can then be in the House. But how does that get rid of Carney? Because I've seen like some news, alternative news saying that Carney's job is threatened. He's going to be gone. He's going to be out of the picture. So I don't quite understand that. Rhonda, did you want a reading done? Can you do Don Jackson? Yeah. So let me edit this so I know it's Carney. He's just not a lone wolf person, He's a sit around a meeting table, conference table kind of person where everybody like just, connects their noggins together and brainstorms. He's not a lone wolf type person. And he's a performer, but that's about it. And he's not even doing performing well. Okay, so if I go here, and we're going to go here, and we're going to go here, and we're going to go to this reading of 2008, December 18th, 2008, and you just want a general reading on this Joe, 4:22 a.m. 4:22 a.m. I'm not going to bother with the exact place. AskHollyHall.com is where you want to go and get some mini readings done or get a full reading. Yeah, go for it. If you're Canadian, email me and you can e-transfer me and I'll save you some money. Okay. Unless you got lots of bucks in the bank, then go ahead and pay the full price of the exchange. But I still have to pay 3% of that. So you might as well get 3% off and e-transfer me. So this person has gone through quite a difficult time, and all of 2024, like Jesus Christ, October, November, December, what a shit show! Like lies, deceptions, not being told the truth, maybe not even, like, kind of sticking the head sand, don't want to deal with the reality of it. That was over at the beginning of the year, thank goodness. So that's not coming back, but it could have led to a depression and quite a severe sadness or loss, specifically around finances or financially, if this is his time of birth. And he was learning a big lesson about fear of the future. I don't know if it's a he, but this person has a lot of, very much a visionary, very, very big on looking at the future, really wants to work for themselves, be self-employed, or be in a management position. Very good at research, investigations, and leadership capability is quite strong. But finances is still, there's a big gap in finances, and it's just about, he wants this person wants their freedom at the same time, but so they need to be self-employed or in an employment where they can manage how they make their own money and the way they make their own money. And that I'd love to say it's not going to be a struggle, but it's going to be a struggle until this one cycle is over, which is the end of the year, the beginning of, so next year is going to be a good year. Okay. Right now, got to take a look at the need for freedom. Money is definitely blocked with that person. So majority is 50 to 1%. So his government can fall anytime, or he can step down and hand the government over to someone else within his party, and then they are PM. So they're still liberals no matter what. Well, they can call a vote of non-confidence, but they need another party to vote for them. And as long as majority of the MPs vote non-confidence, then the government falls. Yeah, but if he hands it over to someone else, and then that's still liberal, right? Sure, if you could do a sole purpose. I was listening to the other read and thought, I've never asked that before. It would be like that. Well, then I'm still going to stick to my gut, Chris, that regardless of our liberal leadership, Pierre, Danielle, Alberta, Saskatchewan, and BC. BC is just a conduit. Like BC is just like a way that some of their work is going to travel, what their work is going to travel through, like the borders of Seattle and the marine borders. They'll just take over. They won't care about the rules. They're going to break the rules. They'll break all the rules. They won't give a shit. They're just going to do it anyways. Who's going to stop me? Right? Which is great. Okay. Oh, good. Oh, so yeah, so they can't pass bills as well. Christina, can you imagine? Christina Freeland. She's like crazy girl. Something's she got a lot of issues. Okay, March 17th. Is that 9:45 a.m. or p.m.? Uh Since the election, I've distanced myself from getting emotionally engaged in politics. I've been focusing my energy on my own business. Good. It's your own business. Yeah, that's why she's smiling. Like, she was smiling so big when Carney got in. It was like she had a secret nobody else knew. She knew that the biggest present under the tree was hers, and she knew what was in there. So I knew something was up. Like I'm like, what are you smiling like so big? It's like you know that you're good for life. Like you got something up your sleeve that you know, some secret that you know. And I knew that wasn't like a drug thing. Yeah, it won't work. Like she'll be it actually would probably be Danielle in Danielle's favor if she did get in because it'll be easier to bulldoze through her. Like yeah. Sorry, Rhonda, 9:45 a.m. Do 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 do. Lot of my heart. Rhonda, 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 Rhonda. Do 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 do. Yeah. Oh, you just went through that whole thing. You were probably nodding your head, going, "That's me." You went through a depression, a loss. You upgraded spiritually, and you didn't realize that you were upgrading spiritually until January and February of this year. It was a year and a half of that. Uh, you do have a spiritual soul rebirth, but that'll be next year. I would get a reading on that for next year, so you can get the heads up on how to do that. Your destiny planet is in the house of communicating your emotions and your feelings, and to allow others to communicate their emotions and their feelings. You have this kind of coolness and detachment in how you converse and communicate, even though your heart could be like breaking in two while you listen to me tell you about a sob story, but you'll come across as a very intellectual when you communicate with me. Like you're not going to fall apart with me. You're going to come across as a little bit cool, a little bit attached, very logical, practical. You kind of got this Spock about you. You know who Spock is, half human, half Vulcan. So he's half emotional and half intellectual. That's what you have about you. But so that's your destiny planet is Cancer. So you're here in this lifetime to learn more about feelings, to learn more about intuition. So you've had a lot of things, even abandonment as a child, specifically from um, mother father. So dynamic that happened between your mother father. You have a past life relationship with your mother, and if you don't understand what the lessons are there and do your best to learn what the lessons are from your mother, and that's going to be hard because your mother may have had some undiagnosed psychological issues and difficulties, and that created sort of a lack, some kind of manipulation going on, and a lack of care and nurturing for you. But if you can take a look at the how bad was it that, and you can turn it into something good. Okay, so for instance, when I was in my early 20s, I was raped. I was drug raped. And the good that I took from that, like who would, right? I've had 4 sexual misconduct type situations. One was a rape. And I got out of it and didn't continue because some kind of warrior, crazy lady came out. And I just bulldozed the situation and fought my way out of it. And the good that came out of that was I was like, whoa, who is that? And each time it's happened, and in other situations, in emergency situations, it's happened too. I saw this like fierce, like lioness come out. And I just knew she was always there. Whenever anything would get tough, I'd get tough. This meek, silent, quiet person. So that was the benefit that I learned about myself in that situation. So that's how you want to look at your relationship with your mom. What can you do to make that a good situation? And that's your lesson, because that's what you want to learn in it. Okay, Chris, see you later. Spock, that's cool. Spock is cool. Freeland is more downtown Toronto than Albertan. Oh, yeah, for sure. So how does that resonate with you, Rhonda? Rhonda Shue? Just closing up shop here. So I'll wait for your thing on that, Rhonda, and then I'm going to sign off now, guys. I'm going to sign off. Sign off. Sign off. Rhonda? Okay. So ask HollyHall.com. I am a life coach that uses all of these modalities. Huh? Oh, it's good now. Good. Good. I'm glad it's good. Okay. And yeah, we could probably talk about it more, but hopefully that's enough to work with you on it, to work on it. What is this thing? I'm playing around here. It says studio. Huh? That's weird. You're welcome, Rhonda. I wonder what this is. Customize. Ooh, I'm going to have to look at that. Neat. I like the circles. Okay. Okay, guys. We'll talk to you later. Thanks a million for everything.